the actual cost of moving to the Philippines. You know, I'm not some guru or oh, lightning. Ulan, ulan, rain, rain today. It's raining. It is, what is it? June 6th. June 6th. Welcome to Lumpialife. My name's Kevin and my wife, Mary Lou. We are, we talk all things about travel, life abroad, our grandkids, just anything that we find interesting and think that you might find interesting. And today we're going to talk about the cost of moving to the Philippines. A lot of people, they don't really take into consideration the costs. You know, they see these $600 a month condo rentals, these $300 a month house rentals, or really cheap living here in the Philippines. But, you know, we've been there and we've done it. This is our third time moving back to the Philippines since 2019, and we have paid for it. So, sit back and relax. Let's get into it, what it really costs to move to paradise in the Philippines. It all depends on how you want to get here. If you're willing, whew, wow. It is, I don't know if you could hear that, but that was lightning and thunder. Pretty crazy. Wow. It's like, look back here. The window is white. We're in the clouds. Let me show you. Yeah, it's kind of like our first rainstorm since we've been here. It's coming down pretty good. Very foggy out there as the rain has moved in on the city. It is the beginning of rainy season. Joy, joy. So we'll see how that affects us. Or we're moving into rainy season. So we might get more rain, but it's going to be cooler. And we come from the Pacific Northwest and rain never stops us. So, all right, guys. So let's start with number one, the obvious. You got to get here, right? Airfare. It can run between 800 to, I don't know, 1200, 1500 for a round trip ticket. I use Skyscanner. Now, in my situation, we bought a one-way ticket only because I'm married to a Filipina and I get the Balikbayan privilege, which allows me to stay in the country for 1 year. We can go out, you know, Thailand or Vietnam or Bali. It's a pretty good deal. Don't marry a Filipina just to get that Balikbayan privilege. But yeah, 30 days as a tourist, you're going to have to renew those visas, right? So keep that in mind. I couldn't really tell you how much it costs to renew a visa. That's something for you to do your own research, DYOR. That's why, you know, you clicked on this video. I appreciate that. But, you know, before we moved here, I watched a ton of videos, tons, to find questions to my answers, and YouTube is a great place. There's a lot of foreigners, expats living here in the Philippines, been here a while, and you can get some really good information. So another thing you want to consider is baggage fees, right? You get, for us, we had 24 kilos. We flew Philippine Airlines. Yeah, so 24 kilos each. We had about 50 pounds each, plus the carry-on. We did send a Balikbayan Box before we moved over here, which is a huge box you can send over, fill it pretty. All right, guys, if you're not familiar with LBC Balikbayan Box, or a Balikbayan Box in particular, you can ship these from America. It's a fixed price. These cost us about $75 down in Butuan. So once that gets, we'll go down there, pick it up, see Bamboo, our dog. I can't wait. All right, now that you're here, you need a place to stay. You need to figure out where you're gonna end up. I mean, you've done your research. You know what city you want to live in, so you're kind of close to where you want to be. So you're gonna have Airbnb for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, looking for a place. But in Manila, Davao, Cebu, you're gonna be paying a little bit higher for those shorter weeks. So just keep that in mind. Go on to Airbnb or Booking.com or wherever. Most of the time I found better deals that way than hotels, but that's just my preference. That's what I do. Just think of your first stay as your soft landing, a base, right? While you explore and figure out where you want to be. And take your time looking for a place. We kind of, I don't know, it seemed like we rushed it a little bit, but pretty happy with our place that we found. So can't complain there. Once you have found your place that you want to rent, most of the time they're going to want 3 months, or a lot of times they're going to want 3 months. Sometimes you may luck out and they just want your monthly rental. But for us, we had to pay 3 months in advance. So 3 months, boom, gone. So, and hopefully it's furnished, the unit that you're getting, and you don't need a whole bunch of supplies. Luckily, we got a rice cooker, microwave, bunch of dishes. But there's things that you want, right? We ordered an air fryer from Lazada because we enjoy cooking with the air fryer back at home. It kind of depends on what you want, right? You want to just really budget. I know Gio in the Philippines, he did a video recently about that. The budget starting real low, and you might not have AC, just fans and just the basic necessities to live by, and that'd be great. I kind of would be okay with that, but the asawa, but you got your budget, and then you got your mid-range, and then you got your expensive, like the BGC, right, in Manila. We're kind of in the middle here. That's where we're comfortable, and that's where we ended up. Our beach house was our COVID project. We got stuck here during COVID, and we built a pretty nice house, beach house, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Thing of it is, it's in the province. It's about 30 minutes to town by motorcycle, and no AC. Water was a total issue living out in the province, and it's for some people and it might not be for some people. I can't wait to go back and visit, and it's going to be like a rest house, like a vacation home. This is our main base right now here in Cebu. Now, I don't know what your plans are about food, but food's kind of a big expense. We have a budget. We've set our budget. This first month is kind of crazy, so it's out of whack. But starting in July, we're going to live by our budget. And we're going to go 1,000 pesos per day. That 1,000 pesos gives us, if we want to eat out a couple times a week or put it towards groceries, we have basically 30,000 pesos per month to play with for our food budget. That's pretty hefty budget but that's for 2 people. Maybe cut that in half for 1 person. But 1,000 pesos a day, I believe, I think it's pretty doable budget. What are your thoughts? But you're gonna have to buy shampoo, toilet paper, water. Check it out right here. Luckily, our condo delivers water, or there's a vendor that comes here and delivers water to us. It's going to be 100 pesos for 2 bottles. Back in the province, I believe we were paying 30 pesos for each bottle. But here it's 50 pesos delivered, 29th floor, score. Suckers are heavy. And I ordered on Lazada also a water cooler. So, and it's not a top load, it's a bottom load, which will be very nice for my back. So our first grocery shopping trip to kind of get the basics, to get started, it was over $100, over 5,000 pesos. So to get set up, you're gonna want some money for that, and it just keeps adding up, keeps adding up. Keep that in mind, guys. Have a big budget for yourself before you move over here. Okay, just a word of advice. If you get a monthly deal, that's cool, but have a kind of a chunk set to get established over here. Okay, and there's stuff that people really don't tell you about, but transportation, right? We use Grab mostly. Haven't tried a taxi yet, just a little nervous. I've heard stories, I've heard good and bad. Sometimes the taxi drivers, you know, they want to go a little out of the way, make a little bit. But with Grab, right? Grab is like Uber or Lyft, right? It gives you the rate, the flat rate. We usually tip the guy maybe 25 to 50 pesos, and you can do that right on the app. And you don't even have to tip, but that's just what we do. Laundry. Hopefully you find a unit with a washing machine. Our unit came with one, so pretty happy about that. But you know, when we were living at the beach house, we would have to pack up all of our laundry onto the bike, drive it down the street, I don't know, a couple miles, few miles, drop it off, and then go pick it up the next day or whatever. But they do it by the kilo, and it, you know, that can add up, right? If you got a 50-pound bag of suitcase coming over with you, you're gonna go through those clothes in, I don't know, a couple weeks. Then what? You gotta wash them, right? Laundry. Buying a phone plan over here is different than the US. Like with Boost Mobile or Mint Mobile or those, you know, those monthly companies, Visible. In the US, you can pay that monthly, right? And I'm sure there's a plan here. It's just confusing because there's a lot of plans. But basically, you load up your phone with 100 pesos or 500 pesos, and then you got to pick a plan and make sure it's the right plan. But just know, setting up the phone, it's kind of simple, but that's just another expense, right? So this is where DYOR, have you heard the term before? Do your own research. This is where that comes into play. You're watching this video, I really appreciate it. You're doing some research, you're figuring out what it takes to move here to the Philippines. You know what I did? I watched a ton of YouTube, ton. Some of my favorites, Amazing Philippines, Monkey Explorers. YouTube was basically our Philippine survival guide. Yeah. And you know, we explored a lot of Asian countries a couple years ago, and doing our own research, that's how we made our itinerary. I'm a planner, okay? Some people like to be spontaneous. I'm a planner. So do whatever you need to do. Just make a list, take some notes. All right, guys, so here's the honest truth, okay? Yes, rent can be super cheap, but the other stuff, setup costs, transportation, groceries, deposits, it all adds up fast. It all adds up real quick. When we moved, we thought we were going to be saving a lot. We will eventually. Maybe next month will be a little bit better, but the initial setup costs, guys, it's going to take a little bit. So just prepare. But anyway, guys, thanks. That's it for today's video. Really appreciate everybody watching our videos, taking the time. I know it's your time watching us. Thanks again so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.